How you doing, everyone? Welcome back to Eirerider. My name's Ben. I really appreciate you spending some time here. And with the summer months approaching, I thought I'd put together a video of the 10 motorcycle routes for you to take, or rather scenic routes, in the northwest. Now, these are not in any particular order. They're going to range from 10 to first, but these are the ones I've experienced myself. And the footage that you're going to see here is when I did these routes, and I'm going to leave a playlist at the end just in case you want to explore these routes independently, so be sure to check that out. And again, hopefully you reward me with a thumbs up and a comment, and hopefully subscribe if you're here for the first time. I hope you really enjoy the video. It's the first time I'm putting something like this together, so let's see how the video performs. And again, thanks for your time, enjoy the video, and we're going to start off with number 10. Right, our first scenic route we're going to be looking at is the Windy Gap. Now, this is located in West Sligo and crosses the county border into County Mayo. And I've highlighted 7.1 kilometers of this route. It's roughly 7 minutes of riding. But the first stop on the route there is Lough, and it's a fantastic place to stop there, have a look around, see the beautiful scenery of that area. And then as you continue on with the road, you're going to see a magnificent open section where there's a natural gap in the Ox Mountains where this road kind of cuts through. And there's just mountains on the left, mountains on the right. It's a real stunning location. And the road continues on to Bonnie Conlon if you do want to continue on. Now, you can do this on both sides. For me, it was easier to kind of go through the Tubber Curry in Sligo and then kind of work my way there. A fantastic route. The road surface was excellent at the time of the filming of this video, so be sure to check it out, and it's going to lead into number 9. At number 9, the Lough Easky route. You can combine this with the Windy Gap route, which was the previous one. So you can do the Windy Gap, turn around, and then you can continue on from this route. The route is 19.8 kilometers. I've just done the entirety because there isn't that many gaps in the route where you're just going to see a lot of hedges. There's some beautiful open spaces. You've got mountains on the left and on the right, the Ox Mountains in particular. The road tends to be kind of single lane most of the way. So, watch your speed on the route. There's, in the first section where I've got the little marker, there's a hidden waterfall there with a little siding. You can stop, have a look around. The scenery around there is just magnificent. And obviously located in West County Sligo. The route is very popular. The road surface is fairly decent. You've got really good scenic views all the way down. When you eventually get to Lough Easky, the road kind of hugs the loch on the right hand side, giving you an awesome view there of the mountains in the distance. It's really, really stunning. Definitely one of the places I remember very clearly. And I really appreciated doing this route. And again, you can access the route through Tubber Curry as well, or you can access it on the N59 and go the other way around. As you go further on, though, you're going to come to a little ruinous building called Cooper's Lodge. There's an old lodge there last occupied, I think, early 1900s. Completely ruinous now. You can stop there, have a look around. Beautiful scenery again. Just absolutely open areas. I mean, it's absolutely stunning, and it's an excellent place to kind of stop there as well and maybe have a quick drink. At number 8, we've got Doolough, the Doolough Valley route, an absolutely stunning scenic route. If you're not familiar with County Mayo and you've never been here before, this is a great introduction of it. To access it, you can go through Louisburg, the northern section of County Mayo, or if you're coming through Galway, you can take the southern route through northern and cross over into County Mayo, and then you've got the fjord, you've got the falls and that to explore. The whole area is just fantastic. The route here I've highlighted 7.6 kilometers. On the way there, you've just got open fields everywhere, mountains on the left and the right. It's just absolutely magic. You can see the excitement of my voice in this, but it's one of those areas I've been to a few times and I've really enjoyed it. The road surface is excellent. The rewarding scenic views are beautiful. I've stopped at the top there just before I got to the loch just to have a look around. It's absolutely stunning. Stopped at the Wild Atlantic Waypoint, which has got some famine history of the area as well. Definitely worth a stop. And then as you continue on, you got this fantastic road that kind of hugs the loch on the left, and you know, you look everywhere. It's just there's mountains, views. It's absolutely brilliant. And this will lead into our next number 7, which is Sheeffrys Pass. But this route, you can continue on all the way down if you want to Ashley Falls, and it's absolutely magic. Definitely worth a stop here, and it's one I remember fondly. At number 7, we've got Sheeffrys Pass route, which is located in County Mayo. After you've completed the previous one, which is Doolough Valley, you can then take a left. The road is single lane. There's the road isn't very wide, so you just got to watch your speed. But again, it's just beautiful. Not much fencing around. It's just all open. I encountered numerous sheep in that. It was just absolutely magic. You've got the Sheeffrys Hills on the left there, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I'm glad I found this, because I found the spots literally on Google Maps. That's how I find locations. I kind of go to Google Maps, and then I go, oh yeah, I like the layout of that. I'm definitely going to try and go there. But initially, just before I got to the top there, there's a little scenic spot where you can stop, and you can have a look at the Tonyard Loch there. Absolutely magic little place to stop at, because initially I was going to stop there and have some lunch, but I realized no, I want to get through the Sheeffrys Pass. But really good area to have a look at the local scenery there. And then as you continue on to Sheeffrys, I stopped, and man, it was so rewarding. You've got the valley there underneath you. The actual pass itself, you can see the retaining walls, like if you're into that sort of thing, and the mountains around there, just absolutely magic. I stopped and had something to eat there. That's where I spent my lunch. And just one I really thoroughly enjoyed. It's 9.4 kilometers from top to bottom. Man, I'll probably try and go back there again sometime. Number 6, we've got Achill South Island route. This is in County Mayo. Achill Island is connected with a bridge to the mainland, and there are various scenic routes here, famously known for Keene Beach. But in this particular section, I want to highlight this route. It's 12.5 kilometers. And the initial route kind of started off okay. It is still fairly scenic, but the magic stuff is along the Atlantic side. I took my first stop there at the Wild Atlantic Waypoint. There was a good fair amount of people around. It's incredible, is probably the word, because you can see the coastline from the other side. You've got this rocky coastline with the mixture of the grass and the mountains. Absolutely magic stuff. This is what I enjoy most. And then as you know, when you've spent enough time there, you kind of carry on. The road's brilliant, mainly single lane. Extremely scenic again. There's not much fences around. There's sheep around. It's what the Wild Atlantic Way is. It's beautiful. And as you continue on, I stopped a few times to have a look around at a few places. And then as we continue on, we get to the main event, really, is the cliffs of Ashleam. And wow, absolutely stunning. You're at the top section. As you work your kind of way down to the bottom with a commanding view of the Ashleam cliffs. I mean, real magic stuff. And I really enjoyed this particular section. Been here before many years ago with my wife. And again, I really wanted to try and come back here, and I'm delighted to have made it. But really beautiful ocean views, cliffs, greenery, really magic stuff. At number 5, we've got the Arranmore Scenic Ring Road route. Now, this is on the island of Arranmore, which is located in County Donegal. It's accessible via a ferry from Burton Port, both passenger and car. And this particular route I've highlighted here will take you around most of the sections and ends at a really good point, which gives you a good commanding view from the top. So you can see the coastline across the bay. It's really impressive. 6.7 kilometers. Initially, you'll start off with a lot of houses around it with some scenic views, but the real magic stuff is when you're on the Atlantic side. You'll initially come to a Z in the road as you start to climb up. Again, a little bit challenging because the road was quite short. Sorry, not short, kind of single lane. But when you're on the other side, when you're on the Atlantic side, the wind was pumping insanely, but the views were so rewarding, and there wasn't that many people around. But really fantastic, good. It was a good day for it, nice and clear. Incredible cliff views, and of course sea views from that side as well. The road was fantastic as you work your way around, and then you end at a viewpoint at the top of the island, which gives you a commanding view of the bay area, and I was super impressed with it. I mean, it was just really magic. It did get a bit cold up there. One thing I noticed, that the temperature did decrease as we were getting higher, but it was really rewarding. But definitely a route, if you're ever in Donegal, head to Arranmore Island and check this route out. At number 4, we've got Granny Valley Scenic Route, and this is located in County Donegal, and this will incorporate a number of stops that you're welcome to check, but the main one for me was the Granny Pass. It's accessible via the N56 in County Donegal, just before Adara. There's a turn off there for the Asaranka Falls. The route itself is slightly elevated, so as you're initially on it and you can start climbing up, it'll give you a great view of the estuary there on the right hand side, and then eventually, as the road comes through, you'll eventually see Asaranka Falls on your left. Really stunning place to kind of stop for a moment there and take in the falls. As you continue on, you've got Magira Beach as well. If you want to stop there, you can check that out. Absolutely amazing beach, I have to say. And then there's also some caves there, depending on how low the tide is, to access. But for me, the main route was to check the pass. I'm all about passes most of the time, but the approach was excellent. I stopped at the bottom initially to take some photos and then continued on, and man, absolutely magic area. I don't think that many people know that there's a pass in this area here, and I put a little marker on there to say there is a pass, and I've included some photos. Really magic place. When you get to the top, just before you reach the top, there's a little siding. Stop there, that's where it is, and you'll see the view up there. It's absolutely magic, and you can see all the way to Magira Beach as well. Really worthwhile stop. You have an option to continue there if you wish. The whole route is 10.3 kilometers. However, I would suggest you turn around, because I initially carried on and the road wasn't that great. So just keep that in mind. Once you're at the top there, turn around and go back the way you came, because the road quality is far better. If you continue on, you're going to have to put up with grass in the middle of the road, and you've got a very limited space, especially if you're on a motorcycle. But definitely worth a stop here. Right, at number 3, we've got the Iron Mountain Scenic Route, and this is located in County Leitrim. The route is 14.2 kilometers in its entirety, so it starts just past a bridge, just at the back of Drumtrambow in County Leitrim. And then you can continue on to Bencroy Mines. It's a nice area to stop there and look at the view area, and there's a plaque there to commemorate the miners who have worked this area. And then you can continue on. There's some picnic benches a bit further up the road on the left with a little siding. Great place to stop and take in the views. And then you can start working your way up and over. And then, once you're on the top there, it's just extremely flat and just magic. Like the road quality is really good. You'll see there's like some sort of comms tower at the top there. But once you pass that, it's just incredible. And to say that this is in County Leitrim, definitely one of the most underrated routes in this whole entire area. Definitely one worth exploring. You'll continue on, and then eventually the whole route ends in a village of the Ballinaclera. But essentially the scenic section just runs before you start reaching. As soon as you start seeing houses, you know you've pretty much come to the end. But definitely a route I would highly recommend anybody visit, and definitely one of those hidden gems. You know, if you enjoy nature at its best, this is the place to see it. At number 2, we've got Muckross Head Scenic Route, and this is located in County Donegal along the southern coastline. It's accessible, obviously, on the main Wild Atlantic Way route. So once you leave Donegal, you follow the coastline, and then eventually there's a little kink in the road. No signage. Muckross Head is where you're going to be headed. The whole route is 8.5 kilometers, and it's just magic. You've got the cliffs there. You've got great scenic ocean views, if you can call it that, on the left, and then you'll kind of work your way around the sort of cliff face on this road. Now the road is kind of single lane, so just watch out for traffic. And then you continue on, it opens up a bit, you'll see mountains on the right, and again you've got this sort of extended areas of countryside and then sea, and then eventually you get to a point where you can either go to Muckross Head itself, which I recommend. Head down there, take a look round, and then you can see the air sign there as well if you want, and then you can head back, and then there's an excellent viewpoint at the Wild Atlantic Waypoint there, which I highly recommend you stop at, and then it'll give you a good area of the bay there. Just fantastic. And you can see all the way over on a clear day, you can see Sligo from the other side. Definitely a route I would highly recommend. Like I said, there it's 8.5 kilometers. It's kind of short, which means it's great if you want to go take a slight detour from the R263, then you can do it, and you can obviously go back on there. But really beautiful, definitely worthwhile. When you continue on from the Wild Atlantic waypoint as well, there's still some more scenery to see as well, so highly worth it. Right, the final scenic route for this video is going to be Glengesh Pass, which is located in County Donegal.
That's incredible.
I've included the approach, the main pass, and the end in this particular video. The pass or route is 5.1 kilometers. Of course, you can stretch that further, obviously, if you want to include the start from the main access areas. The area itself is just beautiful. Loads of mountains, open countryside, particularly on the approach. I was amazed at the scenery in the area. The road is of excellent quality. As you carry on, there's good bends, sort of light bends, to medium bends, and of course when you do get to Glengesh itself, you'll see the road sign, and then of course there is an area to stop with picnic benches, and then there's the information sign, the Wild Atlantic Way sign, and there's an info board there with information of the area. Once you're done there, you can carry on through the pass. The pass is fairly quick, consisting of a number of bends, and then once you're through that, there's just a long straight that links up to the N56. Really great, awesome area. It's good to get it on a nice good day. Mountains on both sides. Again, it's great. The traffic wasn't that bad, I have to admit, on this particular day, but I really enjoyed it, and one definitely you should check out.